Your destiny happens when you see life with joy. You face your fears and you create with the deepest sense of release. So maybe it is a good time to really go scream somewhere in your car, in the woods, and do something a little funny with someone that you really, really love. Like, just like going to the mini pot or something like that. These are my babies. They are the cartoon strip oracle that I drew while I was pregnant. So basically the way I decided to make this deck, like I literally just lost every item that are a little bit spiritual that I used to own, and that made me feel like I should just really build what I feel is the best tool for me. So when I come in the woods or even inside sometimes, especially when I'm not the one setting the temperature, I get really cold. And in meditation, it is a very common thing. Your body is gonna become colder. So I want to create kind of a blanket that fits with this deck and build a whole box of tools. And the first tool that I made is this deck. And this deck is based on cartoon, because cartoons are one of the things that marked me the most. I still watch cartoon all the time. And I wanted to maybe explain them a little with the cards that I have, because the way I'm building this deck, I'm going a little quantity of cards at a time, and I really make a little quantity of each cards also, so I can really get them acquainted to my practice and me, because I eventually plan to sell really, like, I think max 10 of them, of the decks. And in the decks, not all of the cards are gonna be featured because I made an humongous quantity of cards, and I really wanted this to be like really centered on the connection with the deck and like the way things just come together sometimes. I just ordered new ones and I'm really excited about that. So I felt I was in a good mood to start sharing about the one that I already have. These are not the old selection, so I'm gonna make another video. If you interact with this one, that's gonna like make it a lot funner to do the other video. But yeah, so this is only some of them. They are not based, they have basing everywhere. So there's things of the Tarot de Marseille, there's also planets, astrology, runes, a lot of stuff really, and like tools. And that one is the base is the world of the Tarot de Marseille, which is card number 22, which is the card of being at the right place at the right moment. This card is the astral card. So the reason why I call it the astral card is because the world as its base, the way it's used. It's about what is happening on the planet, and I wanted to open this card to every dimension of the universe. So that's why it's Gojo. If you know Gojo, you know why. Uh, if you don't, well, maybe watch Jujutsu Kaisen. Here, and this is one of my deity cards. That one is the card of Gaia. It is based on the second Lion King, and Kovu was definitely my child's crush. And there's the symbol of Gaia, which is like it's very important to come together with each other and with nature, and Gaia is the coming together of all of that. We have the pendulum, that is star, butterfly, card. She is the Queen of Wands, of course, and here we can see her with Lady Rainicorn in space, because when you really see the big picture of something, it has no choice but to be beautiful. So here we have Professor Utonium, who is the Fool. I really debated, because I originally felt like probably he should be the magician, but to me he is not the magician. It's just like he had the luck, and honestly he has like a old dark aspect to this character, I feel like. And the Powerpuff Girls are quite fairy-ish, because I always felt like there was something a little off with the Powerpuff Girl, personally. Like, I don't know, like something feels fairy-ish. So he is just the like going for it, doing the thing, and trusting that everything comes together. Wow, this bird was flying really low. That was beautiful. This is the Mars and Jupiter card. It's the Seven Swords card, and we can see, so when a crisis occurs, like Rapunzel losing her hair, which ultimately happens for the greater good, and is what solves everything, because she really needed to release that part of herself. And we have Gulia dancing to it, because dancing is the way to release what we don't understand why we're losing it, but we don't have to understand that at the moment. We have the Mercury card. If you've seen Disenchanted, you know that this woman is the devil and that she is not to be trusted. But she brings a lot to what is ultimately supposed to happen. Without her being so terrible, not everything would come together. So she is the Two of Swords. She is the betrayal that makes everything good. But she's awful, and she's not gonna participate to the happy ending, obviously. We have, also, that one is really like childhood trauma, deprogramming, really letting go of old belief card. This is a star. It's Sovietsky, and he is the illusionist. So the card is illusional, and like even though everything goes wrong when he does smoke, well, everything goes terribly well also, because if he didn't, then his dream would not come together. This is the Feral card. It's a womanly rage. It's really when there's nothing to do but to scream and react with your body in a big way. And here we can see Fry's hand, so his only feature is his arm, because he's only there to support her. Like, ultimately, he knows she's the one that's gonna figure it out, and that is fine with him. He prefers it that way. So the I do not have the proper pronunciation for the runes yet. They just don't feel completely channeled to me, because I haven't worked with my runes a lot. I was working on this and many other things, but it was really important for me to feature them so I can feel what they bring to the table. And this rune is the rune of the fates, so it's literally their rune, and so you can recognize them in Hercules. But this is from I don't remember the name of the show, but it's a small internet show about gods being in school. It's really, really good. There's not a lot of episode of it, but the visuals are gorgeous. So this is the young versions of the Fates, and they are adorable. They are making everything go as it's supposed to be, and when it's really time, they cut the cord. But in general, they just take care that everything keeps going. We have the mythical card. We have Goku. He is stylish. He's the most stylish version of himself. He is also the 8th card. So the card number 8 of the deck. They are not all numbered, but the first ones are. And it's mythical because he is the strength, and the strength is something that you can't really experience until you need it. We have the Ace of Swords, the card of the Sun, and we have the Prince of Egypt, and Nikki, and I don't remember his name because I used to watch this show in French and his name is totally different. And this is the card of sometimes when something feels more difficult, or like even in relationship, it's because it's really meant to be good. Like every friendship has this friction. We don't always agree, and we shouldn't always agree, because that's how we grow. And we have the card of the Moon. The 5 of Swords is hope. The only way forward is with hope. And we also have Toothless and the beautiful lunar dragon, because hope is something you can share. It's something that should be shared, and that's not even in the meaning of a romantic partner. Hope should just always be shared with the people you love around you, and be something that you find really beautiful, because not knowing what's gonna happen tomorrow should make today even more beautiful. And this is the last one for today. That one is pretty loaded. So we have the entire cast of Braceface behind L from Death Note, and Ryuk just really looking at all of it. It's the Ace of Cup, and it's the card of really taking it a little more light, because the even if Elle was very in the need to discover, he was also relieving himself. He was like making the most fun of it in his way, because he's a very peculiar human being. And essentially, with the contrast of them being very normal and happy on the back, is that all of this happiness that you allow to surround you is what makes it fun ultimately and worth doing. Also, the Ace of Cups is probably one of the most giving card. It's community. It's a beautiful gift of positive things. And that's it for today. This deck I always put with Callie. She loves it. There's also Shiva around here. I decided to make a box so I can get them acquainted in a cozy little space of theirs with the little tiger. And as I go and make these boxes, they're probably gonna be the boxes that they will come in. Ultimately, we have Lord Ganesha here and Pokemons, because who doesn't like Pokemons? That's about it. That's the first half of the deck that I have so far. I will be receiving my new cards and having more to say about that. And I'm still writing everything about the cards, so essentially the text isn't even written yet. But I do have my journals that I sell on my website that are kind of a preparation to this, because the journals are meant to really take everything out, all of the old put on paper. So I have the one from, I think it's more about processing childhood trauma, but it's my horror journal that is meant to make you connect to the most basic core, like what makes you react to things. I also will be making a video about these, but if you want to read about them, they are all on my website, and with like a lot of other things. Everything is made to feel, so I'm really creating tools for my journey to be easier, and I really want to share that, as if it's something that resonates or that you also love, it's something that you can use and will really feel awakened and a little piece of me.